matters that are germane to your joy, to your peace, to your growth and development. And here we're talking about relational factors, especially those of our children who are looking towards marriage. You're in a relationship. Either you're dating or you're in courtship or you're working towards that. Love is good, love is sweet. But something that helps to nurture love is good communication, because in communication, you're able to express yourself, your joys, your pains, the boundaries, your likes and dislikes. With good communication, you're able to work at better level of understanding. You're able to work at integrity, talk about even what it can be called at times as difficult conversations. But with good communication, you're able to navigate all this. So communication will be able to help you to be able to go through even difficult times in life, because whatever it is, you put it on the table. Like they say, there's no problem without a solution. And it's been said even in these holy books and by the word of our elders, there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. There's nothing that is happening to you. There's nothing you're experiencing. There's nothing that's happening around you that has not happened before. It may come in different formats, but basically, so that's why good communication is very important. So you can communicate in a way that will protect your love when times become difficult. So because marriage doesn't only depend on love, it depends on understanding. It depends on the ability to be the listening ability to know that at least there's somebody that is giving attention to what concerns you, to what you care about, to what is affecting you. So somebody needs a listening ear, and that's why you are the spouse, you are the partner, you are the chief confidant. It also needs emotional maturity, and you cannot converse or communicate effectively if you don't operate with a good level of emotional intelligence. You have to learn to control your temper, control your mood. In spite of whatever you are feeling, you're able to note that the other person you are discussing with also is her own challenge and need to know to learn to accommodate that along with yours. So there's emotional intelligence. You know your level of understanding your what you can tolerate, what you cannot tolerate. What are the things that trip you off? What are the things you can manage and handle like that? And you also understand that of your partner. Then you'll be able to navigate accordingly. That's where emotional maturity comes in. And that will help you in your communication. So good communication will also help you to be able to resolve disagreements which may come up without destroying one another. Learn to communicate without shouting. Learn to communicate without aggression. Learn to communicate for understanding. Now, let's say we're discussing now. We're not discussing because you just want to respond to whatever I've got to say. You're listening because you want to understand what I am saying. You want to understand what is paining me, what is hurting me, what I'm driving at, what I'm expecting, what I'm desiring. Isn't it? So in that case, you'll be able to respond better. So that we call listening. So these things will be discussed during the courtship period. So first thing you have to learn is learn to be an effective listener. Being an effective listener doesn't mean just, okay, I'm listening, say what you've got to say, but you're with your phone, your mind is somewhere else. No. Or you are listening just to say what you want to say, and you just give your one-liner just to answer the question. You know what he or she is expecting you to say. You just answer that just to keep the conversation short. But you are listening because you want to say, okay, what is it? Why do you say you want to talk to? Why do you say you have something to say? Okay, say it. I'm all ears and all evidence. Your non-verbal communication attitudes, your disposition, your courage shows that you're actually interested in what he or she is saying to you. So learn to listen and learn to listen well. So you put down the phone, Stop interrupting and ask relevant questions. And the relevant question is to show that, okay, you can say, okay, is this what you mean? Are you trying to say this? And just to make sure we're on the same page, that I get your drift, what you're driving at. Bosna, you're welcome. Trax, you're welcome. Thank you for reflecting with me. I'm reflecting from Nigeria, West Africa. Please let me know where you're reflecting from. And let me also know your view about communication, at least about listening ability. So it's very, very important. So let your partner know that you are concerned about what he or she has got to say. You also have to create time for meaningful conversations. Like your partner says, okay, please, I have something I'd like to discuss with you. Maybe because so you are busy. Because when you are communicating, you have to make sure the person you are discussing with has that time. Can say, can I have 5 minutes? Can I have 2 minutes? So you say, please allow me to finish this thing I'm doing. I just have to sort it. This is an assignment I've got just to sort out. Just give me 10 minutes or after dinner. So you have to create time for conversation. You have to create time for discussion. For this somebody, your partner, has something important he or she wants to discuss with you. I know she'll respect and care and love to say, okay, I'm all ears. You create that time for you, sit down and talk it over. Let's talk it over. The third one is you have to speak with respect. You can talk, you can say you want to discuss, but instead of putting the thing in the form of discussion, open-ended statements, you are just giving instructions and commands, and you're even shooting the word, snapping. Then that's not communication. You have to talk with respect. Number one, you keep your voice at conversational level. We are together, we are close. That's why you have people when they joke and they say, hello. You're talking in bedroom voice because that's communication tone. You don't shout, you don't snap, you don't talk at top of your good, don't pitch your voice. Like somebody in a community, when she's angry, she will start to talk on top of her voice. Say, that's how I say, no, that's not the way your voice is. I've seen you discuss and converse. And I say that you talk at normal tones. So some when they're excited because of their temperament management, poor level of temperament management, and poor level of emotional intelligence, you start to shout. You don't do that with your spouse. You will lose him or her because he or she will just switch off. So when you keep quiet, when you're ready to talk, I listen. That's if he or she is also of good level of emotional intelligence, can keep quiet while you raise your voice. But that's why you have to learn it now. You don't learn it already when you're married. But if you are married, it's still okay. You can make adjustment. So remember, the person you are arguing with today may be the person you will need to lean on tomorrow. That's why you don't argue, you don't discuss to win. You discuss to arrive at a point that is equally beneficial to both of you and your home. And you have to learn your partner's love language. Learn how your partner receives information and affection, like quality time, then the act of service. There are some non-verbal communication signs you also engage in. So now be honest about important issues. When some things come up for you to discuss, put the cards on the table and discuss it honestly. Very, very important. Honest discussion. Don't play with words and don't speak with double language. And don't be saying something that you change later, say, I didn't mean that way. No, it's not good. So communication with honesty, very, very important. So learn also to disagree with your partner without destroying the relationship. Yes, two of you have come from different background, different upbringing. You attended different schools. You have picked up different things from the social community you grew up in. So when you now come together to discuss, you have to learn that you can discuss, have different points of view, without that you start to destroy that relationship. Because, well, if you can listen to me, then you can go to places after you have spoken some unprintable words. You now come back to me and say you are sorry. If you start to repeat that, you are destroying the relationship. So you have to learn to control your tongue, control your words. Think before you speak, because you are trying to build a future together. So you have to learn to talk with respect without destroying your partner. So instead of saying, well, I won't listen to you, I can't listen to you, please, no, listen. I say, well, I may not agree with you, but I think we can go about it this way. Then you have to learn to appreciate one another. Nobody is a nincompoop. Don't behave as if you have the world of knowledge and you control everything. No. So you have to respect your partner, like I said earlier, and appreciate your partner's point of view. You may not agree with it, but you can say, well, you said this, well, I see your point of view. However, how about if you look at this, if you go about it this way, don't be putting down your partner's opinion and suggestion. Say, that thing you have said, no, there's no point, there's no way in that. You can't listen, we can't do that. Yesterday, you threw out everything I got to say. You are the one that's always right. You are the one that always know it all. Last week, the same thing. Now we're discussing now everything I'm saying is rubbish, is Bangladesh. Then there's no point discussing because you are the Mr. Know-all or Miss Know-all. So what else? I don't think this relationship can work. You see? So that's why you have to, like in education, we say no child is a Nikon, no child is an ignoramus. That's why in teaching, you go from the known to the unknown. Everybody knows something. So you go from what the child knows to introduce what is to be taught, what's the new topic. So don't treat your partner as if your partner is a nincompoop or is an ignoramus. Learn to laugh together. Life is fun. There is fun in life. Don't behave as if the whole problem of the world is on your head. No. Learn to laugh together. Create fun time together. Okay? But don't laugh at the mistakes or error or shortcomings of your partner. That may be derogated, that may be deriding. Okay? So learn to appreciate one another, like I said. Now pray and grow together spiritually. That will also help, because that's this form of communication. Can we pray together? Can we pray? Can you pray about that? Okay, and when you are discussing, please don't hold your phone and be doing like this. Okay, I'm listening to you, or start to type on your phone, do something. No, put down your phone, set your phone aside for that moment you're discussing. Unless you want to show him or have something on that phone. That's respect, simple respect. Okay, and then like I said earlier, develop emotional intelligence. Try to understand what are the things that put your partner on and off. What are the things that trigger anger? What are the things that disturb? What are the things that enlighten? What are the things that amuses? What are the things that excites your partner? These are very important. And then you have to make the relationship emotionally safe. And how do you do that? By working ginger to make sure you don't play at things that you know will upset your partner. Some people do that deliberately to say, I want to know how just after you have already disturbed my mood, my emotion, they are now saying sorry. I was just playing with you. You don't play with somebody, you don't play with somebody's emotion. Especially when you are claiming to love. So So now another thing you discuss, what are the expectations? Because what am I expecting? What are you expecting from? What kind of home are we expecting to build together? So it's one of the things you discuss. So that's why communication is key. Now after you've married now, you now start to bring experience. I expect to know that you should have done it. I assume you don't assume put everything on the table. Set your goals at least. Some other things should be coming up gradually. But at least basically there are certain things you put on the table. So then learn to apologize and forgive. If you cannot forgive, then that will be terrible. And when you wrong, learn to even sometimes we may not be wrong, but your partner may just feel, oh, that's okay. You clarify that. So never stop studying and learning from each other because life is a continuum. If after you marry, you just discover new things about each other. So this is Nisinuga Reflections talking about relationship matters, stories that touch the heart, life matters, things that are jamming to your joy, to your mental health, to your well-being. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to Nisinuga Reflections and let's learn together. Life is a learning process. Nobody knows everything. Give thumbs up and share your comments about love, relationship, especially communication before marriage and during marriage, but better for you to set your communication pace. Don't just talk about sweet nothing, things that don't really matter. Anytime you are discussing about things that are germane to your growth and development. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks so much for reflecting with me. Once again, let me know where you are connecting with me from. God bless you.